What's going on, everybody? This your boy King Gabe here in the house, and seeing. Hope y'all are enjoying the new year and everything here in 2025, the same year of Power Rangers SPD emergency. So yeah, 20 years of that there. So we're in this new year and everything. So um, we're gonna kick it off with the official published comics of Yumeko 1 and 2 for this video. Yeah, 1 and 2 of the comics. Also, I'm gonna throw in a little bonus for this video of issue 3. This was actually an unpublished issue because after the second Yumeko comic was made, Photoshop quit on me, so I wasn't able to get cause I was about to start sketching pictures for issue number 3 for Yumeko, as well as also the 5th comic of Bubblina. But yeah, then it gave us neither of those two came out and everything. But I do have the rough draft of what was going to be issue 3, and it's actually a bit of a rewrite from the previous rough draft of Yumeko issue 3, following from how these two published ones were written. So there was if had this continued, there would have been some changes made to some of the other rough drafts that we went through. So just this video, we're gonna hear the two published Yumeko comics, what changed in them, and also what did it change for the redo of issue 3's rough draft. So yeah, that's all in this video, and of course, next video should be relating to Yumeko. We're gonna hear about the Yumeko novels there, and like I say, hopefully by the time we get to talking about the novels, we have the third one out. The third, like all finished up and published and everything. So, like I said, I know you're probably saying like, well, how much longer is this gonna take there? But like I said, we gotta be patient with those pictures, and should be able to. Once those pictures come, we should be able to get the third one out there. As Uncle Scrooge say, the third one. So, but for right now, Yumeko comic book number 1 and 2, and also number 3, what was going to be. So, we go into this, make sure y'all definitely like, share, subscribe, that way I can be notified on these videos. Definitely buy our available books like these and the novel version, and our other books as well. And also hit us up on that Patreon, just like your boy AJ the Supreme, Big Sis Casey in the Iceman universe. And also chat with us on Discord and Facebook, and let's tell each other some stuff on the Macari app. Also, the Bible readings are out. If you hadn't noticed them already, they should by the time this video gets to you guys, either Patreon or YouTube. The Bible readings, at least the first one, should be up by this point there, which pretty much was the kickoff for the new year. So and they'll be released to YouTube every Sunday. But like I say, you'll be able to get early viewings of them on Patreon. Matter of fact, should be like 5 Bible readings up on Patreon by this point there. Pretty much cover this whole month there. Like I say, the first one released Wednesday on YouTube, New Year's, and after that, every Sunday. Yeah, every Sunday after y'all get out of church, get a little Bible reading there. So little extra on the Word of God there on Sundays. Yeah, perfect day to do it too. So yeah, definitely check those out there and spread the word, spread the gospel on that. And without further ado, let's dive right in. Or as Linkara would say, let's dig into Yumiko 1 and 2 and also see what was going to happen in issue 3, but it didn't get published. And then the Linkara theme would start. So let's go into here. First, see the summary. And there's the picture of the front cover. Got from left. Let's see, from my. Okay, this is actually from right. So, well, anyway, Zayden, Hiko, Tim, and Julie. A space battle causes 4 kids to get transported to an abandoned supermarket in a new world, but as they investigate it, a magical crime boss seeks to destroy them. Find out what happens, and after that, continue the adventure with issue number 2. Rated PG for intense action. Alrighty-o. So, okay, so first off, just like mentioned in the rough draft, Brownie and his friends, they're coming home in their spaceship, in their fire truck spaceship. But then suddenly, alert, enemy spaceship approaching. And we see a spaceship shaped like an Egyptian sphinx head, and Brownie shouts out, "It's Penubian!" And the fight starts. We got some major damage going on. Damages seem to be affecting the teleportation systems. Any more hits and there's no telling where we'll end up. We got to do something. Sort of makes me think of Beast Wars with this, when the first episode, in that the battle they had in space before they crashed on prehistoric Earth there. Kind of similar to that there. Emily, is there a safe place to land? I'll locate an area as soon as I boost the shields. And then you have Penubian inside the ship, of course. Ramon trying to tell them they obliterate them now before they increase their shields. Victory must not be rushed. Let us savor our upcoming victory. Brownie them activate the shields. They better hurry on finding that place to land, Emily. We're kind of in a major bind here. They warning, black hole vortex ahead, unable to avoid. All right then, girls. Turn the ship around and open fire on Penubian. At least we'll be able to take him down with us. Yeah. Brownie got also kind of got a little Star Trek thing going on with the uniforms there. Kind of looks similar to that there. And let's see, there's even you can even see damage where they got hit at on the fire truck spaceship there. Yeah. It's got to be pretty big on the inside. That fire truck got to be pretty big for it to look like that on the inside there. They fire their lasers at Penubian, and the two of them get sucked into the black hole. Ah! But something happens to Brownie. Meanwhile, at Cola Mart, Hiko and Zayden arrive, wondering how they got there. Yeah. They figure that they should probably, Zayden figures they should investigate it after Hiko gives them the little story about what Grandpapa once told him about Cola Mart. Not aware that they're in Yumeko at the moment, though. And Zayden going all detective here. Alright, Sherlock. He definitely wants to be the cool guy. So they decide to go and investigate there, and some of the pictures there you got there's also you see some security cams. Penubian is watching them, as they start their walking around the store. Yeah, so all pretty much, and of course, eventually they get to the toy aisle there. So, you know, you're a kid, you go inside the store, probably you're going to want to go to the toy aisle. And you see, you got Ultra Cat, and Food Bear action figures. But they're sold out of Thor the Thunder Rabbit there. And then these zombies show up. But, of course, they're saved by Julie. You can see right there. Oh boy. Yep, but and when they try to escape out of there, well, let's just say Penubian starts kind of making that a little hard to do by warping the store there. And show you some of the like, what's going on? Yeah, the store starts warping and stuff. And well, let's just say they also, of course, they meet up with they introduce themselves. Zayden, he going to well, before they introduce themselves to Julie and Tim, he kind of thinks that Julie is Naomi at first because they sort of look similar. If I hadn't mentioned, well, I'm pretty sure I did, but if you didn't hear the previous video, this was sort of a little in joke from when I first met Casey back in high school. She looked to me, first thing I thought was she looked a lot like Taya Gardner from Yu-Gi-Oh. And said she gets that a lot there. So, sort of a reference to Zlat, as you can see. Yeah. But of course, Penubian shows up. Like, prepare to meet your doom. Stand down, Penubian. Do. Little reference to Transformers Armada. Brownie B. Brown. Brownie B. Who? As you can see, and he's already decked out in his battle suit there. In the original rough drafts, Brownie, it wasn't mentioned about him getting a battle suit until I think rough draft number 6 leading into 7 there. So here I decided to get it to him a bit early there. So, yep, and then of course he goes in shock about all this, and the battle begins. Bring it on. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, it's on. As I heard it's on there. There's a little picture of me and Brownie there. and we still got the picture with Jesus there. Yep, just like in the Star Striker books there. And now we go into issue number 2 that's been published. There you got Brownie in the battle suit. So also kind of slight reference to Iron Man a little bit there too. In this magical world known as Yumeko, which was created by dreams and imagination, and there are other children here too. Will Brownie be able to save them from Penubian and his boss? Find out what happens, and after that, continue the adventure with issue number 3. Let's go into this one there. And got a little picture of Brownie and his mom there. And you notice the pictures on their wall right here. Those are actual pictures. I think that flower field is an actual picture from another book that I did once. I think that I used, or either another video I may have did around that time. The spaghetti in the second picture, that was Yeah, the spaghetti in that second picture, that was actually my plate at Olive Garden. Yeah. So I guess you could say Brownie. Guess you could say Brownie them have eaten at the Olive Garden. You know, when you eat at Olive Garden, you're family here. Especially the never-ending pasta bowl they mentioned in the Sonic movies. Hey there. Sorry about that. Okay, so part two, reality imagination, from reality to imagination, and actually, which what we'll get into it, but the rough draft of issue number 3 was reality to imagination part 3. No, they stand. So right, picking up right from where the first book left off. It's like, well, how is Brownie here? They But it was like, last time I checked, you and your friends were hurling through space into a black hole after being at my mercy, you little puppy. I seem to recall you in that black hole too, and for your information, I'm not a puppy. I'm 21 years old, puny man. Puny man, that was actually a joke from Casey. Whenever I was telling her like about the books here, about what was going into them, and I mentioned about the Villa Benubian, she called them puny. She actually called them puny mon. Which now the reason I put puny man, because I didn't want Digimon to be. I didn't want the makers of Digimon to come after me. Say, hey, Punimon is our characters. So that's how that joke came there. And Zayden's like, if he means 21 human years, then in dog years, he's probably older than the sensei from the Karate Kid movies. Zayden. What? I'm just saying, that would be pretty cool. An old dog that teaches a young kid the ancient ways of martial arts. Zayden. And even, yeah, and there's a picture of the karate instructor from Karate Kid, my own drawing of him now. Yeah, and Zayden's thinking like, yeah, the actual dog years, but I mean, apparently Zayden doesn't grasp the concept of anthropomorphic animals. Yeah, Brownie is, of course, what's known as an anthropomorphic animal. Yeah, see, Zayden's, you're thinking of domestic animals here. So, yeah. Like, what? I'm just saying. Yep, and then he's imagining himself as the next Karate Kid. Say, me, Zayden Walker, new Karate Kid. Tim's like, I highly doubt it. Well, considering that movie idea of yours, consider that movie idea of yours a box office bomb. That's what Panubius says about it. Because I'm going to annihilate this tin can wearing old pup into oblivion. Also, since your friend's on here, I'm assuming that they got annihilated too. Yeah, you see old. Oh, wait, wrong one. Yes. And then, of course, the fight begins. Kind of like how Optimus and Megatron were approaching each other. Yep, and then shooting beams at each other. If at one point I intended for them to grab, do like this fisticuffs thing, or like it was something like grab it. You'd have to see Armada to see how what I was imagining there, but I decided instead to use the beams there, and yeah, you see like inside of Brownie's suit there, pretty much like how when you see Tony Stark inside his Iron Man suit. Yeah, let's say battlesuit power levels dropping down to 45% and dropping. Like, transfer all auxiliary powers to Mega Lasers and activate Red Mode. Red Mode activated. Now powering up Mega Lasers to maximal. Uh-oh, Panubian in for it now. Red Mode. No. And there he goes. Cause you bloody people, I'll get you with it next time. I'm blasting off again. As you can, as you can see, that blast is Penubian out of his little void thing that he had to me. And so Brownie prepares to get the kids out of there and everything through teleportation. That's really say and right to Brownie's house in his neighborhood, to his neighborhood here in Barnhart City, as you can see there. Oh, let me get my finger out the way. This page, okay. Yep, right to his right here in front of his house, and that's the neighborhood. You see, like different people out and everything now. even got a I think that's a cat here. Yeah, a cat here that kind of like a cat sort of got a Betty White design going there. Two little twins out there, little rabbit out rut taking a jog. Say, a couple other people out and about there. Yep. And then that's what Brownie explains about where they're at and everything. They're like, this neighborhood looks a lot like my neighborhood back in Shreveport, what Hiko states. And it seems like the areas we passed by when Brownie teleported us look similar to some of the areas in Shreveport too. And Brownie explains, well, much like this neighborhood and city, this world has many other areas that are similar to yours. This world is called Yumeko, formed by the magic and dreams of your formed by the magic of your dreams and imagination. The magic of our dreams and imagination. Let's go inside and I'll explain more. Yep, so and of course the newbie in there, he's being scolded by his boss Ramon. So looks like Ramon has another plan in mind. He wants Penubian to, there's a child that he wants Penubian to kidnap from the mayor's house in order to force Brownie to surrender to them as their prisoner. There. Yeah, right there. And as you can see, the kid that he's talking about in that image is Angela Adams there. So it was actually so as you can see, as we go, it was actually intended for Star Striker to have an early appearance in this series there. Already costumed up and everything there. But of course, the novels are going to be a little different, but yep, this was something that was about to transpire in the comic version. Yep. And we can see right here Brownie's mother, as we saw in an earlier picture. Yep, happy to see him and everything. They're in Brownie's kitchen. Yeah. And mentions about the fact that there are other children there. First off, you got Melina, Julie and Tim's friend there. Zayden, of course, tries to flirt with her. Well, hello, Shelly. I'm Zayden Walker. What's your name? I'm Melina Kingston. Nice name. You mind if I call you Juliet and I be your Romeo? And then he cut over here. Hamina? Hamina actually was something that Case and I would sometimes randomly say on the phone back in high school. Hamina? 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 Hamina. And the strangest thing, like I said, I don't know if she knows about this there, but it was also something said in an episode of SpongeBob. And reason I say I don't know if she knows this or not, because, Case is not really a big SpongeBob fan. But so that's why I say I'm not sure if she's aware of that, but I guess she would be now since I mentioned it there. But Yeah, they said it was that episode when Squidward was trying to impress Squilliam with a new restaurant. So, and Julie's pulling his Zayden's ear, sort of make you think of when Misty does that to Brock in Pokemon. A simple, nice to meet you will do. So you do want to be my Juliet. Yep, and of course, when they mentioned the fact that there possibly are other kids there. Oh, and also a little something else to point out. Look at the picture right above Zayden here. That is actually a picture that I actually just doodled in Photoshop once over another picture, and I came out with that. And it's so it looked kind of hilarious. I just randomly put that up there as well as one of the pictures in the kitchen above the microwave. Yeah. Hiko zips over to see the other kid that's in the house, which of course, if you've seen the previous videos with the rough drafts, is of course Naomi. Pretty much like Sleeping Beauty to him. I'm pretty sure y'all may possibly recognize this from one of the thumbnails of the previous videos there. And it goes on the cliffhanger from there. Yep, so now let's see what would have possibly continued if Photoshop did not give out on me. And who knows where this would have led, but let's see what rough draft number 3 was changed to after publishing these first 2 comics. As a matter of fact, I got it on a screen right beside where I'm recording this, so right beside the webcam video. So, part 3 of Reality to Imagination. He's still daydreaming like you saw in the picture, and wondering if he should kiss Naomi or not. Then he starts thinking about it out loud, and instead of Brownie popping up, it's actually Zayden that pops up. Well, if you're going to stress about this, then stand back and allow me to be her Prince Charming. Like, I don't think so. I've known her longer than you. Yeah, but judging by what you just said, talking to yourself a minute ago, you're probably going to be in the friend zone while I win her heart. You got turned down by Melina and Julie. A couple of minor setbacks, but third time's a charm. One awakening kiss, and it'll be love at first sight. And what makes you so sure about that? I'm the coolest, most charming, cleverest, divine, and smoothest guy ever. Also, my Tan has good looks. That last part, my Tan has good looks. That's what the friend of mine that Zayden is based on. He said that in a video we did here that we did here on VHS when we was doing our own Digimon commercial, and I said, "Hey, why do your picture always getting a little button thingy?" My Tan has good looks. And then say, "Watch Digimon!" And then he did this really goofy smile right in the camera, pretty much face hogging the camera. And it was, I think I laughed for about anywhere between, I would say 2 to 3 minutes, maybe a little longer, but 2 to 3 minutes. I could not stop laughing, and that's all you heard on the video for that length of time until I finally said my next lines. Oh boy, it's almost like in sitcoms when they be trying to stay in character and it'd be hard to not laugh. So it's like, then instead of Brownie's grandparents showing up like originally, it got changed to where it was his dad. So now we're just seeing his mom and dad. They all introduce themselves to one another, and Brownie And then Brownie's and his dad's name is Victor, by the way. His mom, Violet, mentions about Mr. Fluffles calling last night, arriving from Ultra City. So yeah, that was I was gonna bring Mr. Fluffles in there early, because I think at that point when I actually started, when I actually got the first two issues published, that was when the ideal of Mr. Fluffles having a character came into play. They from Casey's little plush toy. And now, of course, in the novel series, yeah, he's in there in the very beginning. However, the role that Mr. Fluffles had, I'm not sure. The role that he had here in the Yumeko series, pretty much from was just, he was a friend of Brownie's. And when I say that, I mean like around Brownie's age, but it's gonna be a little different in the Yumeko novels, though. If you hadn't, better yet, there's a little short that I put up with Morgan Freeman doing the voice of him, from the AI, of course, where yeah, he's a sensei actually in the novel series, but here he was the same age as Brownie there, and but people just called him Mr. Fluffles. But I think the novel makes a lot more sense of, why he would be called Mr. Fluffles a lot, as well as also Sensei Fluffles. So, yeah, the novel actually made that make more sense there. So, yeah, his full name, Frederick Fluffleson Campbell. Tim and Julie recognized him, of course. Looking forward to seeing him again. Back at the guest room, they Zayden and Hiko do a rock paper scissors. They looks like rock beats scissors, meaning I'm gonna kiss the little sleeping princess. Zayden goes in there, but the minute he is about the minute he's about to kiss her, like he leans in position, she suddenly wakes up and sees Zayden coming forward, screams and knocks him to the floor. Almost kind of like what happened to Rio and Shaman King, when only difference was this girl Tamara, she was awake though. She was fully awake, and Rio was flirting with her. Be my lady. Never before have I seen such beauty. And he took out these flowers, and his hair went into her heart, and then he started coming toward her. And Tamara was like, "Oh no, wait, no." And she was kind of getting freaked out a little bit. Next thing you know, Rio's right at the camera and does this kissy face, and you hear the little kissy sound. And she screams, "Ah!" And her the two ghosts that she had, little ghost critters she had, just knock Rio out. Back off, buddy! Whoa! So, yeah, it sort of reminds me of that. And he goes like, "Well, so much for love at first sight." So he goes like, "Hi, Naomi," but the minute Hiko just places his hand on Naomi's shoulder, trying to, to calm her down, and she jumps away, looking more terrified, and then runs out, and then just runs out there from both Zayden and Hiko, and of course they both go after her. Like, wait, come back! Back in the kitchen, they find out Mr. Fluffles is on his way, so they get ready to get breakfast started. Just as Julie opens the door, Naomi rushes right through the kitchen and out the door. Hiko and Zayden rushing after Naomi. Originally, now I don't think I mentioned this, but in the original Rough Draft, before the Rough Draft was changed, she did run out the door. But it was kind of implied that she opened it first, then ran out it. And I sort of thought about that, and I was like, wait a minute, if she's in a panic, she's probably just going to run straight through. I mean, it could be possible that she would think that she would open the door first, then run out. But yeah, let's think. But thinking, yeah, if you're in a, depending on how much of a panic you're in, this is anybody, whether you're autistic or not, anybody in a panic, and not thinking straight, yeah, reality, there's a high chance that if the door was closed, she would probably run smack into it out of, not paying attention because of the panic there. So that's why I wrote in there that Julie coincidentally opens it because Julie was finna step out to wait for Mr. Fluffles. But the minute she opened it, yeah, Naomi just so happened to come into the kitchen and rush right out the door, and Hiko and Zayden right after her. So, and Melina's like, something tells me they're not rushing to meet Mr. Fluffles. Brownie said, I better go after them. And Julie offers to come along, but Brownie tells her that no, I need you and Tim to protect Melina and my parents in case Penubian decides to attack. So this explains why Julie them didn't come in. So yeah, so meanwhile, in the neighborhood, as the neighborhood, Mr. Fluffles is just coming out of his house, about to head over to Brownie's house, and suddenly sees Naomi running extremely fast right past her, and Hiko and Zayden running to catch up with her. And Mr. Fluffles is like, "Hey, I got a feeling those children are about to be in danger. I better act fast." So then they come. Suddenly, Naomi comes to an intersection, and but halfway across, a truck driver shows up blowing his horn. And he's trying to stop so he won't hit Naomi. She stops and looks at the truck and kind of freezes in fear. Sometimes panic can cause you to all of a sudden like freeze in fear, just like it makes you just take off running. Yeah, one thing about it, you never know what you do in a state of panic. Suddenly, at the last minute, everything stops moving except for Hiko and Naomi. After both Hiko and Zayden scream, "Naomi!" And Hiko races after her. Now, this actually, because notice in the first two comics, we didn't really notice Hiko use any magic like he did in the Rough Drafts I read. That was so it could kind of be more focused with Brownie and his friends and everything. So, yeah, he never really did use any magic. So now Hiko's magic is activating for the first time. So that's what's caused everything to sort of freeze. To freeze except for Hiko and Naomi. They're kind of confused, obviously, at the moment. But so Naomi just, after kind of wonderful, she just continues running across the street to the other side, and Hiko races after her. And once Hiko and Naomi are across, everything resumes moving, causing Zayden to be stuck on the other side waiting for the traffic. There's, more cars start coming across. He's and he's angrily waiting for the traffic to clear, sort of like that's in Suburban Nights when the supposed villains were about to show up for the big showdown. And it's like, now they're gonna tear you a new one. First they're gonna wait for traffic, and then they're gonna tear you a new one. Say, of course, not Malachi. He just made the traffic blow up. Oh, we are so done for. So, so while he's there waiting, Naomi's in the middle of the forest, and she catches her breath. And when she looks because the forest kind of looks familiar to her, sort of like back home, and she just she starts giggling and dancing, and Hiko watches and fantasizes himself dancing with her imagining them as Prince Charming and Cinderella. But after a while of daydreaming, suddenly the earth starts shaking. Hiko notices a giant wool hat monster coming out the ground, and he rushes toward Naomi to get her out the way. It's like, yep, and suddenly everything stops moving again. The sky darkens with storm clouds producing lightning and thunder and lightning. And a streak of lightning hits Hiko, engulfing him in a magical light. Then his clothes, hairstyle transforms, and he also a mystic pocket watch appears around him. So he already is getting the watch this time around. So before this was rewritten, he got his watch at the end of issue number 10 rough draft. So now he's already getting it there, along with the magic that's unlocked in him. Plus, he's sort of a Yu-Gi-Oh like transformation. Increases in his height, slightly taller. He becomes a little bit taller than Naomi, so like Yugi does when he becomes a Tim. After the transformation, without thinking, Hiko suddenly picks up Naomi in his arms and continues running across the forest to get her to safety. He's like, he goes like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Zayton and I scared you earlier, but I promise I'll protect you. And Naomi's still a little confused for a minute, but then she smiles and holds on close to Hiko until he's frozen by a magic field from Benubian. Well, Hikoji Makuro, I see you got a girlfriend. I guess that explains the new threads. Clothes really do make the man. Let's see, I didn't exactly mention how his clothes changed, but I did mention about a cape though. Oh, his wait. The cape, it's a cape. Yes, that. Guess clothes really do make the man. What a sweet romance. Too bad it's about to end like the tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. And the hat comes about to eat Hiko and Naomi, but suddenly Brownie arrives in his battle suit, blasting the hat with his lasers. Your little tin can won't ruin my plans this time, you little puppy. But then Penubian's also blasted by Mr. Fluffles in a battle suit. Because of the suit, kind of like an Iron Man reference. So with Mr. Fluffles being kind of around Brownie's age and everything, in this comic universe, he was kind of like Brownie's War Machine now. So he's sort of like Iron Man and War Machine in this. So he's blasted by Mr. Fluffles in his battle suit, and Mr. Fluffles is like, "Stop calling my buddy a puppy, you puny man." And Penubian's like, "Then stop calling me puny man, Fluffles." And when he just says Fluffle, he's like, "Wait, were you talking to me?" "Yes, I was." "Are you sure you're talking to me?" "Yes, I'm sure I'm talking to you." Like, "Are you really sure you're talking to me?" "Yes, I'm really sure I'm talking to you." And then Penubian fires another blast. Penubian fires another blast, but Mr. Fluffles deflects it. "They call me Mr. Fluffles." Sort of like that, as people, like what Pumbaa did in The Lion King when he was referencing Mr. T. They're like, "Oh, you talking? Hey, who's the pig? Are you talking to me? Uh-oh, you called him a pig. Are you talking to me? Shouldn't have done that. Are you talking to me?" Now they're in for it. "They call me Mr. Pig." Ah! Bam! They call me Mr. Tibbs. But Mr. Flea blasts Penubian. The monster hat lands next to him. And Brownie's like, "Since you don't like puny man," I say, how about puny rooster?" Penubian's like, how about I tip off how about I tip my hats off to the two of you? And there's that. And then you got two more monster hats that appear and eat Brownie and Fluffle's whole. Oh boy! Penubian laughs and they buy one magically enchanted monster hat and get not one but two more absolutely free. Now that's a sale. Such a shame you all missed it. But then Hiko manages to break the magic field and he sets Naomi down. It's like, get to a safe distance and hide. And Naomi does that there. And then Penumbia stops laughing and says, now to finish off the lovebirds. Actually, it's time to get rid of you. You might want to recheck your watch, kid, because I know I got the right time. Monster Hats attack! But just as they charge at Hiko does just like he done in the rough draft, woolly constriction, making the threads of the hats come apart and then start wrapping around Penumbia and encasing him in a giant ball of yarn. And then he does his final attack. His watch glows, materializing two clock hands on his arm, and he raises his hands, forming midnight on the clock. Midnight Chrono Strike! And he fires a magical energy blade at Penubian, and it obliterates the yarn and roasts Penubian there, having him burnt, and he yells as he falls to the ground. Hiko returns to his normal state as, of course, because of this, Brownie and Mr. Fluffles have been released, and they're pretty amazed there. Well, that was impressive, Hiko. Indeed, you handled that really good. Penubian, of course, ain't giving up. Like, I ain't done with you yet. I'll destroy you right here and now. He charges at everybody. And Ramon in the sky says, that's enough, Penubian. And a flash of lightning, Penubian vanishes and the sky clears. And in the dark void, Ramon scolds Penubian. You disobeyed my direct orders. But I was the better. Silence! Now I'm going to tell you one more time. You will wait until tonight after everyone's asleep and kidnap that girl at the mayor's house. And we'll use her as a hostage to make Brownie surrender and force the other children to stay out of our way. Don't screw this up or else. Don't mess with Ramon. So, of course, Brownie's like, well, now that that's taken care of, let's go back to my house for breakfast. Naomi decides she wants to stay there, and Hiko's like, well, I'm gonna hang around and make sure she's safe there. Mr. Fluffles is like, I'll stay with them. You can let me know when breakfast is almost ready and we'll head back then. Brian's like, alright, but don't be late. And flies off, of course. And then Zayden finally arrives there. After I guess he finally got across the street. He's like, never fear, Naomi, your prince is here. And Mr. Fluffles is like, I think you're a little late to the party, kiddo. And with that, Hiko and Naomi run off playing tag. And Zayden's like, darn you, Hiko. I was supposed to be the cool guy and get the girl. So this was actually going to start a rivalry, a brief rivalry, not a permanent, but a brief rivalry between Hiko and Zayden there. So, yep, who knows what the novels might lead to, but like I say, only time will tell. And that was pretty much what our first two Yumeko comics, plus what was going to be in a rewrite of issue number 3. So, y'all enjoyed what you heard. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. Get our available books like these, as well as the other books that we've been talking about on the channel. And also, hit us up, support us on that Patreon, just like your boy EJ Supreme, Big Sis Casey in the Iceman universe, and hang out with us on Facebook and Discord, and let's sell each other some stuff on that Macari app. And we will see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care, everybody.